How come I always have to go first?
Because you're new, this is a form of hazing.
But I get that. I totally get that. A couple of things. I had the great privilege of attending several LBCC sanctioned events and a couple of non-LBCC events where I was able to talk about how great our college is. A couple weeks ago, I was at a fundraiser for Goals for Life, and I think I may have recruited 5 or 6 students who are beneficiaries of the Goals for Life Foundation, and they are current high school students in Long Beach, and I just told them what a great idea it would be for them to enroll here. So hopefully we'll be seeing them on our campus in the future. I was also at the Foundation Board of Governors breakfast last week. It was my first time there, and it was really neat to see the diversity and the passion that the Board of Governors have for the college. I had not been privy to that before, so it was a really great experience. I was also at the community celebration, and as I was walking out, I saw one of my neighbors there, one of the recipients from the middle school students that were honored, as well as my son attended Bernie, and the principal was there, and he had since moved on. So it was really neat because seeing 2 people that I knew from the actual down in the trenches really made the Long Beach College Promise very personal for me that day, as opposed to the Long Beach College Promise being a great idea and a great program. I actually saw 2 people that were embedded in the program. And then today, as I mentioned earlier in the meeting, I was at the Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. It was really nice, but it was poorly attended. And I would like to commend the ASB for making such a great effort. The students who are in charge of the cultural aspect of ASB were both there, both from the LAC campus and the PCC. And I saw the effort that went into putting that event on today, and I saw the dancers. They had mariachis who performed my requested song, my grandma's favorite song. And I even took my daughters out of school early today to attend the event. Both of them happened to have an early dismissal at 12:30 today. So I took them out of school at 11 so they could be there. And, they're high school students, so for them just being on a college campus was nice. But I would like to see cultural events be jam-packed. I don't think a free food, there's free tacos and music and games, and it was just, something like that needs to be full moving forward. And I was talking to the ASB students, and they said that they were planning other cultural events to highlight other diverse campus ethnic groups. So hopefully those will be better attended. And other than that, just still very happy to be here and still working my way through meetings with vice presidents, and it's happening slowly, but it's happening. So I can learn more and get to serving more. Thank you.
Trustee Otto?
Yeah, I will be brief. I was in Sacramento and actually the city of Woodland last week, where the Board of Governors met, and in Sacramento for the Consultation Council. And in Woodland, I had the distinct displeasure of being out of the room when Long Beach was awarded the 2016 Board of Governors Energy and Sustainability Award winner award, which I have here, which meant that we were the best program in the state of California. This was for the retrofit project for our HVAC zone and fan static pressure reset. Now, I know that you all know what that is, and that you were just waiting to see whether we were going to get this award or not. Well, we did, and it was presented at the Board of Governors meeting, and so that was great. And I don't think Anne Marie and Medhani will ever let me forget that I'd been there all day and went out of the room for a little while, and they presented and they got pictures. And it's the story of my life, I think. But anyway, in addition, there are things that are coming up for us here at Long Beach City College. One of them is I know that Miles is working on a SB 415 report. There's been legislation that was passed last year and signed by the governor that has to do with when we will be holding elections in the future, and that we'll all be interested in that, and that'll be coming up in the next 60 days, I'm sure. In addition to that, at the state of California, the CCCT, the Community College Trustees Association, had a long presentation and discussion about OER, the Open Educational Resources. And there's a great deal of interest in bringing down the price of textbooks, because the cost of textbooks is one, in many instances, the cost of textbooks is more than the cost of tuition in California to go to school. And so we're working on that. I know, because I've talked to Karen Kane and the Academic Senate, that they have a group that's working on this. They hope to report back by December, and we hope to move this forward, because one of our goals this year that we adopted was to do things to help our students succeed in the form of I don't remember the exact language, but programs that will help our students be successful by lowering the costs of attending college. So you can expect to hear that from us again. I think we're moving forward, and that's all I've got.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Keller.
Thank you. It's for everything from the Hall of Fame to promises to all those other events. I was there too. Leave it at that. But I do want to say that at the promises, the College Promise event, there was a young woman that spoke there, Dominique Vera, and she was outstanding. And she was sitting there. I realized that she was actually a classmate of my son when she was at Long Beach Poly, and just a really remarkable story. And it was very uplifting. And I think she's not alone on which path she went through, but and I went up to her afterwards and just complimented her. But that was a great selection of a speaker and an outstanding event, and the college again should be proud in many ways. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Trustee Zia.
I have no report, President Baxter.
Goodness. Okay. A couple of things. I was at the Long Beach College Promise event, and it was fabulous and wonderful, but I want to bring something up in that, and I've asked for this before, nowhere is the word Long Beach City College Foundation listed, and when it says tuition-free year at LBCC, I think the public thinks that the college is paying for this, and they're not, it's the foundation. And the reason why I think that is every time I get a constituent complaining about how we spend the money, they say, take the money from the College Promise. And so whatever can be done to add 5 little words, 3 little words, supported by the Long Beach City College Foundation, I would appreciate it. But this is a beautiful brochure, and the report that Cal State did was outstanding, and it was a wonderful, wonderful event, and I want to salute President Oakley and all the people who worked very, very hard on that. Speaking of Dominique Vera, who was one of the speakers, I found out that she was a Long Beach Rotary Club scholarship recipient. And so I took her picture and I put it on the Rotary website, because the Long Beach Rotary, as President Oakley pointed out that day, is one of our big supporters of the Long Beach College Promise. And so I want to show them how well their money is doing helping us, and we appreciate that. Then I also went to the art gallery demonstration, presentation, the artwork of H.K. Zamani and Rodney Tsukishima. H.K. Zamani was a former gallery director, had fascinating art, and then Rodney Tsukishima is a personal friend, former ceramics teacher, beautiful, beautiful things. This is still on display until October 6th, so I would encourage people to go there and see the exhibit. Very, very interesting, and congratulations to Trevor Norris, who is in charge of the art gallery. Then, this weekend, you can go see the play, All in the Timing, directed by Tony Carrero, and it is from September 29th to October 9th in the auditorium or the little theater, not sure. But the theater department's working very hard on getting more and more people to go to their events. President Oakley mentioned the Hall of Fame, and that's on October 4th. And immediately following the Hall of Fame event.
14th.
14th, I'm sorry, thank you, President Oakley. Immediately following the Hall of Fame event, we are going to have a little dedication of the Don Temple Family Foundation Mass Success Center. And the reason I bring this up is because that foundation, the Don Temple Family Foundation, donated a very large sum of money to the College Promise. And Marlene Temple was highlighted by President Oakley, and again, thank you. But the important thing is that we do need funds for the College Promise, and so anything people can do to encourage people to give money toward the College Promise, I would appreciate. Then the Music Scholarship Concert is October 16th at probably 2 o'clock in the auditorium. You know, it's interesting. I don't see the, oh yeah, 2 o'clock on October 16th. So I will recommend that you go there. And then lastly, on October 9th, the Helping the Homeless Associate Group, of which Trustee Zia and I are members, are having an event on campus. October 9th is a Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. The cost is $20. We're going to feature the film of John Salcedo, who was our first recipient, who has produced an award-winning video. We are also going to have a video featuring other students who have received our funds. And today I submitted a grant request to the Josephine Gumbiner Foundation, and it was great when, you know, all year long you're giving away the money, but then when you have to put it on a piece of paper, you really see the impact that we're making. And in response to what Trustee Otto said, several of the grants were for books. One book, $164. Another book, $170. And so because of Trustee Zia's and my work and also faculty support and individuals in the community support, we're able to help these students, and the objective is to keep them in school. So that is what, we have our fabulous bargaining units, and is the AFT representative here?
Are there any trustee
President
committees?
Baxter, I think you
Oh.
skipped over the trustee committees and
Yes.
the ad hoc committee that we spoke about. We didn't really cover it.
Absolutely right, thank you. 10.5, trustee committees.
You were going to assign an ad hoc committee for the,
Oh, yes, I'm appointing an ad hoc committee to study the management, actually, to look at all aspects of the salary schedule for management employees, and that committee will be composed of Trustee Zia and Trustee Doug Otto, and they are working on looking at the salaries.
And I would recommend that they coordinate with Vice President Delgadio.
Absolutely, and they will coordinate with Vice President Delgadio. Okay, thank you. And we've already heard from the consultant committee, so I think that's it for trustee committees. All right, now AFT bargaining. CHI bargaining. Wendy, are you representing LBCC FA?
Good evening, Board of Trustees, Superintendent President Oakley, administration, students, faculty, staff, and community members. My name is Wendy Koenig, and I'm serving as the Vice President of the Union this year, and I'm here to read a statement prepared by Janae Hun, and I'll be brief. CTA, which is California Teachers Association, is supporting Proposition 55, an extension of Proposition 30. Long Beach City College benefits from these funds. Will the board be taking a position to support Proposition 55? Thank you for accepting the Long Beach City College Faculty Association proposal for negotiation. We look forward to getting to the table, as our team has met many times in preparation for opening the entire contract. Lastly, Long Beach City College Faculty Association continues to request to be involved in the selection of a consultant for the next superintendent president. I understand faculty and staff will have a voice in determining the criteria to be included in the search for our next superintendent president. and we look forward to this collaboration. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Wendy. Okay. Future reports. Trustee Otto has asked for a report on legislation and also on OER. Anyone else request future reports? Okay. And, okay,
About when we will have the foundation, and it's not immediate, but the foundation traditionally gives an annual report on their activities and their goals for the next 12 months. I don't know when that is, but I know we'll get to that point
well, I
somewhere.
suggested to Trustee Kellogg, because it was his idea, that perhaps we should wait till April and May when the new executive director has had more time in the position.
And that's fine.
Okay.
As long as we eventually plan to put it on the
Okay.
agenda.
Wonderful, thank you. Trustee Kellogg is the representative on the Foundation Board for the Board of Trustees. Okay, public comments on non-agenda items. A total of 3 minutes will be allotted to each speaker with a maximum of 20 minutes each on each subject. Are there any public comments? I see no comment cards. Okay, and there is no closed session if necessary. And then I wanted to point out something on the agenda, and maybe it had to be this way, but it says 15.1, the next regular meeting of the Board of Trustees will be held October 25th, but it will be held October 18th at the Liberal Arts Campus, Building T1100, closed session at 4 o'clock. So the next College Board of Trustees meeting will be on October 18th, and
It had to be that way.
no, I understand. And so do I move to close? I move to adjourn the meeting. And then, so, oh.